Well, we're back in the Daybreak Kitchen at the Blennerhassett Hotel, continuing our, series of holiday dishes. And today we are making something that, I will be honest, I never had the courage to try at Thanksgiving. So I'm very intrigued to try it today.
So we're going to do a cranberry compote. So this is going to be something that could be just as at home on your holiday charcuterie board as well as your Thanksgiving table. For the big day, the full spread, we're going to strike a balance here between sweet, savory, tart, and sour. Okay. So we got our pan here ready to go. Preheated it just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and turn it up to a medium-high.
Medium-high, okay.
And then we're going to go right in with either fresh or frozen cranberries. We're going to do 4 cups. The frozen ones are a little easier to work with because they like to break up a little easier once the heat gets to them. The fresh ones, you got to cook them just a little bit longer.
Good. I'm learning. See, this is a totally new experience for me. I know nothing about cranberries.
So right in with about 1.5 cups of your favorite kind of orange juice.
Okay.
And we're just going to let that come together a little bit. Knock the cold off those cranberries. And so, like I said, we're gonna strike a balance between all the different flavors here. So we got sweet, sour. We don't want to go too heavy. Add more acid in there with the tartness of the cranberries and the orange juice. So we're just going to do a little bit of lemon zest for flavor.
Okay.
And here's an old restaurant trick. Everyone likes to, zest their fruit like this. You end up dragging your fingernail across it. Well, old chef taught me one of these maneuvers here. So you just drag your zester or your microplane right along the outside and use that little bit of leverage to kind of help you
avoid an injury, which I'm always trying to do in the kitchen and everywhere.
And you get a great yield on your fruit too. So that way you don't have to worry about going too deep into the pith. That's that white part just below the yellow. It gets really bitter. We want to avoid that.
So now we're going to
with some herbs. Yep, we'll just
same herbs as we used last week,
yep,
right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Rosemary,
so this is basil, rosemary,
thyme.
thyme. They're beautiful winter herbs that you can find all year round without any problems. A lot of them are in poultry blends for your turkey. If you just want to go pick up a big pack of that, you can use it for pretty much everything.
The big 3 of the holidays, if you will.
All right. And then we're going to come in with a little bit of salt and pepper because, like I said, we're going to strike that balance between sweet and savory and sour and salty. And then we're going to go in with our trusty cornstarch slurry.
Okay. We used that a couple weeks ago with Henry.
Yep. So this is great for thickening stuff up, and what we do is always a 1-to-1 ratio. So if we're going to use a 1/2 cup of cornstarch, we're going to use a 1/2 cup of water. Just bring those all together. Sometimes they like to separate a little bit. And finally, let's say about a 1/2 cup of sugar.
The needed sweetness with all those tart, acidic flavors.
And now we've done exactly what we wanted to do. We have representations of all the different flavor profiles in here. We got the sweet, we got the tart, we got the sour, salty.
Okay, so we're keeping it on a medium-high heat.
Yep, and this is gonna cook down. It could be a long one. It could be 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
You just want to keep it at like a nice simmer. You don't want it to boil over. You don't want it to start to caramelize around the edges. So yeah, we just would naturally want to break down the berries and just let them kind of do their own thing, and then it's going to be one of those visual things where your berries are broken down and it looks like a nice cohesive sauce, and it'll be good to go. Okay,
well, we are going to let that simmer and cook, and when we come back, I will get to try cranberry compote for the first time ever. So we'll have more coming up on the Daybreak right after this. Our cranberries are done, they've spoiled, we've cooled them down, and now it's time to try them. And so we're trying it as kind of like a charcuterie board style.
Yeah, so right now it's kind of like in its jam sort of state, but if you were to let that chill overnight, it's going to be that nice sliceable consistency that some people like, but instead of just being like a weird gelatinous tube that comes out of a can, it has all the fresh herbs, the fresh fruit, the orange juice, the lemon.
A little healthier probably, a couple less preservatives.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
All right, so we're going to try it charcuterie style, a little bit of brie cheese.
Love. We know how much I love charcuterie board.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
I'll just tip you out a little bit here. There we are.
The best way to take a bite is what I'm worried about. Not get it on my dress.
Right. The cranberry and the brie make an excellent combo.
Yeah, you can taste the tartness, the acidity of the orange juice, but still that sugar makes it a little sweet, a little dessert-like.
That's the balance. That's what we're looking for.
It is. Well, definitely if you're making a holiday charcuterie board, add this to the list. Super easy, super good. Chef, thank you as always.
My pleasure.
And we'll have more coming up on Daybreak right after the break.